poppin', everybody? It's your boy Joey back with more Assassin's Creed Valhalla. In the last episode, a lot went down. So, if you haven't seen the last episode, what are you doing right now? Go back to the last episode and watch it. But just for a quick refresher, Eivor and Sigurd traveled all the way back to Norway. And Sigurd wanted to see his father one last time. They kind of had a bit of an argument. Things didn't go exactly as we were hoping them to go, but Sigurd is at peace with it now. He was able to talk to his father one last time. After that, Sigurd and Eivor traveled all the way to a certain temple. And the temple, I think the temple, I can't bring it up right now, but I know I'll be able to bring it up later on. I think the temple is called Yggdrasil, and Yggdrasil is also known as the Life Tree. And in the temple, there was this giant machine, and it attached itself to Sigurd and Eivor, almost like an animus simulation, if you will. So they basically got to experience a simulation of what Valhalla is to them. And it's exactly what Sigurd would hoped it would be. Just a great hall filled with all the dead warriors. Just eating and drinking and having a good time. And then the horn of battle would call out. And they would all go into the fields and just fight each other in true fellowship. And then they would all wake up and do it over again. Sigurd was extremely happy with this. But Eivor saw it as a hollow victory. He seemed like it wasn't the Valhalla that he imagined. Everything was kind of fake. It could be created in their own minds. It wasn't real. Eivor said to Sigurd, like, the same boring battle over and over again, spilling blood that tastes of water and smells of grass. Like, it's a hollow victory. There's no real glory here. And so he was able to convince Sigurd to come back to Ravensthorpe. However, Odin disagreed with that. Odin wanted Eivor to stay. He felt that Eivor has earned this. But Odin tried to convince Eivor to stay, but Eivor saw it differently and wanted to leave. He then had a fight with Odin and was able to basically banish him from his mind. Once we woke up from the animus simulation, apparently Basim followed us, and he wanted to kill Eivor. There's a lot to explain in that. I've mentioned before that there'll be a separate episode for me to explain everything that went down from, like, just everything. I'll have a separate episode to explain everything that happened in the game. So we did stop Basim. We didn't kill him exactly, but we hooked him up to one of the machines. And he's been like that forever. After that, Layla woke up from the animus. And she realized something, that currently right now, another Great Catastrophe is starting to happen. Kind of like what happened in Assassin's Creed 3 with Desmond Miles. The Great Catastrophe was happening, and they were all in the temple trying to find a way to stop it. And then Desmond put his hand on this, like, pedestal or whatever it was. He put his hand on this giant sphere, and it was able to stop the Great Catastrophe from happening again. Now, the same thing is happening again, and that same pedestal is in the temple that Eivor and Sigurd were. Now, keep in mind, this pedestal is not the same one that Desmond used. It is similar to it, but it is not the same one. Desmond was in a completely different temple than Eivor and Sigurd were. So, Layla woke up from the animus, and she started to explain, like, hey, that's the key. We have to get to the pedestal again, and we have to stop the machine. And Sean said, no, we can't stop the machine. We just have to slow it down. Because currently the machine is still protecting the Earth's atmosphere or something like that. It's a lot to explain. But he said, we just need to slow down the machine. We can't stop it. We just have to slow it down. So right now, Layla is planning to go to the temple where Eivor and Sigurd were and try to slow down the machine. Before I go there, I want to talk to Rebecca, and then I think I'll talk to Sean, which will then take me to the temple. Let me check my laptop real quick. I checked it off screen, and there was a few things there. I don't think there's anything new. Yeah, I already saw that stuff. No. Maybe it's in the files? Oh! Okay, so these are, the assassin bureaus, though. They were written down, about, like, all the assassin bureaus and where they are. Pieces of Eden. We don't know of any Isu artifacts you should be looking for specifically, but they're out there, and this was a period where they often cropped up in legend, Norse, and Saxon songs. Tales speak of them often, so keep your eyes peeled, especially around Stonehenge. How can that not be an Isu site? Apparently Stonehenge is somewhere in the game. I don't know where. I'll try and find it maybe later on, but that's not the priority. And obviously we did find pieces of Eden when Eivor sailed over to Vinland to kill Gorm. Gorm had an apple of Eden, so, but he then gave the apple over to the Native Americans. All right, I don't think there's anything there. Let's just talk to Becca real quick, and then we'll talk to Sean. Ah, damn it! Give me a second. I always forget to turn off the damn dehumidifier. Hold on a moment. The more we see of the Order of Ancients, the less they resemble the Templars as we know them today. How did this evolution take place? This older order was obsessed with our Isu precursors. They worshipped them as gods, aspired to their status and power, and coveted their works and weapons in the name of order, yes. But with a very strict hierarchy that placed the Isu well above humankind. Folke, nicknamed the Instrument, has also wielded that term as an adjective. She believed that humans were deeply flawed, lesser beings meant to serve the Templars. Believe in man, a more admirable approach, I will admit. Could it be the modern instrument of the first will represents some sort of return to the distant past? A revival of dead order. Did they never truly vanish? Okay, what of this? No, not that. This. No! I want that. King Alfred, a.k.a. Alfred Rex, Alfred the Great. What do we know about him? Famous for his holy vision of uniting all the kingdoms of England, one country under one rule, sort of United Nations of England, or maybe just England. He never saw his vision come to fruition, though he laid the foundation for it, too busy fighting Vikings. Strangely, Shakespeare never wrote a play about Alfred and the Vikings. A missed opportunity, that. Now is the summer of our peace and calm, made clamorous winters by this loon of Jorvik. Okay. Is there anything here? Eivor spent quite a long... So they've all been taking notes of everything that Eivor has done. Eivor spent quite a lot of time with Basim now, and together with Hytham, gives us a clear picture of the hidden ones in the 9th century. They are recognizable as assassins in all but name, which makes me think they evolved quite naturally into what we know from Altair's time. The word assassin comes from the Arabic word for hash smokers. It may be the hidden one adopted this epithet as a mark of pride more than anything, turning an insult into a mark of pride. Curiously, I do remember one passing reference in some of the old literature about Hytham being one of the first assassins back in England after the Exodus around 430 AD. I should contact our London bureau for Edward Kenway's papers. Had he read about this early assassin? Is that why he named his son as he did? It seems likely. So they're trying to see if there's a connection between Hytham and Haytham Kenway, but I'm pretty sure there's no connection. The Yggdrasil Chamber. Layla has located a new Isu temple, the Yggdrasil Chamber. For lack of a better term, she is there now, searching for a way to slow it down. No, I'm not. I'm still here. She's there now, searching for a way to slow it down and return the world to some sense of normalcy. Many pieces now fall into place, and a theory emerges. In 2012, Desmond Miles managed to activate a network of Isu temples and devices in such a way that it amplified the Earth's magnetic field, one that shielded us from the mass coronal ejection, Great Catastrophe, that should have dealt a civilization a fatal blow. But in the 8 years that have passed, it appears this magnetic field has been growing even stronger, and now the cure to what ailed us becomes the disease. The magnetic field that saved us threatens us all over again. But what is driving this increase? This Yggdrasil machine, a simulation device not unlike our animus, but perhaps fed on calculations, not memories, seems to be an overclocked state, for lack of a better term. What is the cause of this? Only Layla can tell us for sure. So many questions, I eagerly await for her return. Well, I'm still here, so I haven't really left yet. So they've been taking all kinds of notes. It's crazy. Must send a team to excavate at the settlement location discovered through Layla's simulation, River Nene. Near modern Leicestershire, we find bodies, grave goods, evidence of war, plenty of procedure to go on here. Most towns in England, ending with Thorpe and By, were founded by Norse warriors. Even York comes from Jorvik, a Norse mutation of Eophoric. Evolution works at all levels, on humans, on language. We know that the language of the settling Norse was close cousin of the Old English spoken by the Saxons. In this way, they were mutually intelligible in the most basic ways, at least. This would account for the rapid success of the Norse when conquering and integrating with the locals. Shower thought. If the Americans still spoke English, they could invade the UK with similar success. I know this is like a lot to do right now, and I know I should be focusing on other stuff, but all this stuff right here is just really interesting. Yeah, I already read that when I first moved from the Animus. But all the other stuff there was all the new notes that they took. Alright, Bex, what do you got?
Thanks for keeping it steady in there.
You surf this thing better than anyone I know.
That's not true, is it?
Well, nearly. Be careful out there. And come back in one piece.
Thanks, Bex.
Alright. Well, let's go talk to, hang on a second. Okay, yeah, I can't. I was going to say, I'm like, am I able to enter the Animus again? But no. Too much is at stake. We can't just dilly-dally. Alright, Sean, let's go.
Ready.
It's a long way to Beantown. Hop in.
But I'm glad I read those notes because it was basically saying everything that I was trying to explain. That the machine that that Desmond used in Assassin's Creed 3 to... What the shit? Okay. Anyway, the machine that Desmond used in Assassin's Creed 3 to stop the magnetic fields and prevent the Great Catastrophe from happening again is what's causing the Great Catastrophe this time.
Sean, I'm here.
Ah, good. Your signal's already a little wobbly. Are you inside?
Not yet, but there's 100 feet of ice above me.
All right, we may lose touch when you push through, so remember what we talked about. Watch your meters carefully, for radiation especially, and keep the staff close.
Got it.
Standing by.
Now remember, Alethea is in the Staff of Hermes, so she tries to communicate to Layla, but Sean put like an implant like just below her ear to prevent Alethea from talking to Layla.
Zawaho en nakwat. Unsme burturwan di guarde. Ul solos fras hunakudide. Unzum huraz vesderehaz zohumsi.
The same chant that Sigurd said.
I'm in.
Good. And remember, do not cut the machine off. Just slow it down. The field it generates must still protect the Earth.
I hear you.
I recently saw a message that said that...
The elevator still works.
Oh.
That's 75,000 years. What's another millennium or two?
Well,
It's getting hotter already.
Yes, by our reckoning, it's going to go up by about 16 degrees Celsius.
How does it draw so much power?
Tectonics is our best theory. The movements of the Earth's crust, the churning lava beneath. Huge source of energy.
That's tech humans should have. Energy, not pieces of Eden.
Well, when all this is over, we can get a startup going, you know? Get a little workspace, buy a van, just the three of us.
Shit, you're breaking up, Sean.
Say that again, please. You're breaking
Forget it. I'll call you when I'm topside.
Why don't you try calling us when you're topside? Something like that.
Here we go.
Sean, try calling us when you're topside, something like that. There it is, Yggdrasil. I don't know how long this episode will be, but it could be long, it could be short. I don't think it'll go past an hour, though.
You're working overtime.
Oof. Yeah, it's shaking.
Must have collapsed when the ice melted.
Oh, careful.
Whoa!
Not yet, not yet, not yet. Now! Slide! Oh, do that.
Pool of water. From all that melted ice.
Apparently the place was covered in ice. Well, I guess it does make sense. I mean, when Sigurd and Eivor came, there was just a friggin' desert of snow and ice, so... Alright, so what you want to do here is just dive down under. And with the Staff of Hermes, you can stay underwater as long as you want. You don't have to worry about popping up for air. So you just have to swim around and climb up. We weren't able to walk across the bridge there because it broke down. So we have to go the old complicated way.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Shrek, I'm looking down. Am I even going the right way? Okay, yeah. Up or down? Down? Oh, dear God. Okay, I got scared. No! No, Layla, stop being stupid. I just need you to... There you... Ah! Oh. Okay. I got too scared. Whoa, it's shaking. All places shaking. Shaking bacon. Mmm. That's good on chicken. Pork chops, too. Mm. I'm really curious, though. I mean, Layla has the staff right now, but if she were to jump from, like, an extreme height, would she die? Like, if I were, like, just dropped right now, like, would that kill Layla, or would it just, like, respawn me back to where I last was? I don't know. And I also don't want to test that theory either, because if I do have to start all over and reclimb this thing, then it's going to be a pain in the arse. And I don't want that. Come on, Layla. There you go. Good on you. Alright, now we're here.
Why would anyone want to end their life here? Unless they felt it was just beginning.
Now Svala, Valka's mother, is still there, and so is Basim hanging right there.
It's just like the animus. It's just like the animus. This is Eivor's Valhalla. Or a simulation. So what am I looking for? Will I know it when I see it?
So this is like a simulation of Eivor's Valhalla. Although it seems fragmented. Because you can see, like, it keeps, like, glitching out and holographic. You can see it. Maybe because the machine is kind of, like, working overtime right now. I don't know.
Something feels off.
Oh shit, we got floating tables and chairs. What I find really dumb is this is a simulation. Why can't I just, like, walk right through this stuff? Oh!
Is this?
It's the Nornir. The three fortune tellers that would always talk to...
Are you pushing this machine to its limit?
The Nornir were the three fortune tellers that would that told Odin about his fate with Fenrir. And Layla thinks that these three could be the reason for the machine freaking out right now. But I'm pretty sure it's not it.
Who's your master? Is he here?
They flatter me. I am only a guest in their world. A world spun of wishes and hopes.
Basim, you sent the message. You led us to Eivor's grave.
Yes. A hopeful message, was it not?
How? You've been trapped here for a millennium. Eivor put you here.
Indeed. But I'm not alone in this place. Not always. I have a friend who helps me. Together, we read the calculations. After we located Eivor's probable resting place, I contacted you. Through the digital lasses that enwebs this earth like a spider's nest. In our day, all the world was connected like this. A superorganism of technology. The staff you carry, the temples you have visited, all of it speaks as one. May I show you something?
I imagine you can do anything you want in this place.
Not as much as you might think. I am tethered to my body in a most uncomfortable way.
But you can slow this machine down. You know how it works.
Yes. We'll do it together. For another catastrophe is near at hand. This node of time has an ugly way of correcting itself. Go ahead.
You're a hard man to trust. You must know that.
You're not obliged to trust me. But this is all I can offer.
God damn it.
Silence, Udur. Verdandi. Skald. Be at ease. Your day of rest has come.
At peace. At last. We rest.
Is that it? Is it done? Basim! Where are you? What is that?
Stop. Wipe everything. Run it again. Nothing. No. Wipe it. Run again. Layla. Hello.
You know me?
Yes. Through the calculations I read here in the gray. 8 years ago, the odds of your arrival were 15,055,003,276 to 1. As the years passed by, those odds improved. And as of yesterday, near even. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
Who are you? And what is this?
I am the reader of the calculations. All these, possible futures for you and the world outside. I have spent much of my new life reading these, searching for a way to finish everything we started so long ago. It begins here. You slow down this machine and save the world, from which point all possible futures expand. Millions upon millions of possible roads. But in every one, another catastrophe recurs. The node collapses and the world is wiped out. The human race dwindles and fades. I must keep looking. I must find the solution for you. I must leave you with something.
Does that voice sound familiar?
This is right now where I slow down this machine?
Yes. I start all my calculations from this point. The only thing I know for certain.
That seems limiting.
How do you mean?
What if you went back further, to 2012 when Desmond saved the world?
Desmond?
What if he didn't save the world? What if he walked away and let the world burn? Look at those timelines. Read them instead.
I see. An interesting idea. Fascinating. Billions upon billions of new timelines to explore.
Exactly. These are timelines that never came to pass, but they could have. If Desmond had let the world be destroyed, maybe the humans that survived would have learned something from the disaster. And maybe in one of those timelines they could have found a way to prevent it from happening ever again.
That is brilliant. How did you come to that idea?
If you spend too much time narrowing down what's possible, you may never give another thought to the improbable.
Thank you for your insights, Layla.
It's only the beginning. We have a lot of data to sift through.
Are you staying?
Until we find something useful, I will. I don't want this to happen ever again.
You may not have much time, Layla. The machine is powered down, but the radiation, it will linger for decades. By my calculations, you have 73 seconds before your exposure is lethal.
I'm not worried. I have the Staff of Eden. It heals and protects.
No. You do not.
She dropped it.
How? Of course.
Of course.
Fuck! Alright. We'll find a solution together. However long it takes. And if that means I can never leave, so be it. I owe this to the people I hurt. The people I love.
Yes. I know the feeling.
Let's get going, huh? A few billion timelines might take a while.
It will. But it will not feel like it. That is what I like about this place.
I'm with you.
It worked perfectly, my dear.
Is the Mad One here?
No, my love. Only we remain.
And Layla?
The air of memories fulfilled her role perfectly. Now then, a new world awaits.
Sean. Bex. I had a choice. And I chose to stay. You'll wonder where I am. You might wonder if I am. I don't know how to answer that. But I'm not afraid. And I'm not alone. We have work to do. Work that may take us days or years. It's impossible to say. But we'll finish it. What I mean is, don't come looking for me. It's too dangerous and too late. Take care of yourself. Take care of the world we still have. And take care of...
You see, she's fine. In a manner of speaking.
A manner of speaking. Jesus, we have to find her.
You heard her. She doesn't want to be rescued.
Bullshit.
In any case, there's nothing left to save. Not after this long.
Because of you. You left her there.
This is all a bit much. I know I'm in the same situation.
No. You're in a class all your own, man.
We're assassins now, not hidden ones.
From the Arabic, Hashishin.
Ah. And do we have a mentor? Is that still the practice?
We do.
Name?
William Miles.
William Miles. I'd like to meet William Miles. Would you bring him to me?
We can call him. Encrypted line. You can talk to him right now.
No technology. Face to face. A meeting of minds. It's time to take the fight to these Templars, as you call them. I won't go anywhere, my friends. Your animus is in good hands.
How much do you know?
My dear, we invented such things long, long before you did. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's a nice place to die, Eivor. Not everyone gets to choose. You bested me. I don't know how, but you did. Yet, I'm the one left standing. And now, I can take from you anything I want. Your memories, your skills, your secrets. They're all mine. And when I have them, I will put them to good use. To find my children. And bring my family back together. A quiet place to find an end. I almost envy you.
So, that was a lot that just happened. Yeah, man. What's this?
Tools or instruments of torture? Or both?
It can be used for both. There is just way too much right now. Like, it is ridiculous. So, okay, there'll be a full explanation in a separate video, but I'll give you a brief explanation of some of the stuff that went down. So when Layla touched the pedestal there, she entered, like, what they call the Gray. And she met with someone known as the Reader. Now, if you recognize that voice, the reader is Desmond Miles, the one who stopped the catastrophe from happening in 2012. Now, so now that Desmond is in the gray, and now Layla is in the gray, and what Layla's planning to do with Desmond there is go through all the possibilities that would happen if Desmond hadn't saved the world in 2012. Because she said, think of it this way. What if the Great Catastrophe happened, and the remaining people that survived knew a way to stop it from ever happening again? But since Desmond stopped it from happening in the first place, they don't know what to do. So everything's all happening over and over again. Another great catastrophe happens, just like what Desmond says. Like, I keep going through all these possible futures, but a new catastrophe keeps happening each time. So he tries to wipe the memory and start over, and he keeps going through all the different timelines. And that's when Layla said, like, hey, what if we go through the possibilities that would happen if Desmond didn't save the world? Like, if you focus on things that could happen, you'll never focus on things that would have happened. And it makes Layla and Desmond think, basically, what if Layla didn't save the world this time? What if the Great Catastrophe happened again, and the remaining people alive knew what to do to stop it later on in the future? But, yeah. So Layla and Desmond are now currently in the gray. And Basim fell on the Staff of Hermes, which then brought him back to life. It healed him and made him look like he was 30, I guess. Not dirty, 30. God, it sounded like I said dirty. He's 30. I don't know how old he is. Maybe he's like 29, maybe he's 45, I don't know. But he fell on the staff, and now he looks like he did back in 877 CE. But we have the staff here.
Hold tight, love. A new world has opened to us. Once I get my bearings, there is nothing we cannot achieve.
I think I need to wait a bit more to explain the rest of this. But right now, there's still one more final cutscene for us to do. But right now, we're entering the animus as Basim, and he's going to be living through all of Eivor's memories now. So let's enter the animus again.
The bleeding effect shouldn't take long to kick in. A few days at most. So here we go.
It's funny to me how he has a freaking man bun and has like the freaking wolf t-shirt. Complete opposite of his original look in the game. I love this next cutscene. It's just... it's just so good. we're back in Ravensthorpe. It's good to be home.
Steady, Eivor.
Still feeling the effects of the fight with Basim. And remember, in the last episode, Sigurd said that the clan is now Eivor's to rule. Sigurd is willing to step down for Eivor to rule. He knows that Eivor will be the future of Ravensthorpe. Tolvi.
Eivor, Sigurd,
Tovi.
welcome home.
You missed a great feast, it seems.
Eivor! Sit a moment and rest.
Sigurd.
For me.
Gift of the gods, you are back.
Safe and standing tall.
Did you find what you were looking for?
We did. We did. But it was not for us.
What is this?
Sigurd's like, it's alright.
Eivor's returned! Inside of the hearth, come! Your secret is no longer safe.
Eivor? Rangvi? What is this? Is everything all right?
Our Jarl has returned to lead us forward into an uncertain future. Will you speak to your people?
Of course. Always.
For love and joy, words can jade. Our souls must sound in a heartful song. And when... You're less mine than I'm yours. And I ask of you only this. Keep me honest in the times to come.
Hearken well in Hall of Kings. On ocean steam my words gain wings. Odin's mead I forth will bring. For noble deeds thou sings.
I see you, brother. Till Odin gazed upon the dead, the horns resound the mighty hall. For those who fight, for those who fall.
Those who fight and those who fall. May
Horns resound the mighty hall.
For
we who fight, for we who fall. It just brings out a friggin' inner savage, you know? Just, I love it, it's so good. In the Hall of the Slain, Hortifilke arc completed. Oh my god. Man, that felt so good. Alright, well, that's actually going to do it for this episode here. In the next episode, I am going to explain everything that happened throughout this game. I'm going to explain the ending. I'm going to explain... Wait. Hold on a second. Let me talk to Sigurd here.
Sigurd, Eivor, before you say more, I must tell you something. Randvi and I have ended our marriage.
I am sorry to hear that.
Do not be. We adore one another dearly, but our marriage was not built on love. We were brought together as an act of peace. I was pledged to her well before I knew her, and though we have tried to settle our differences and find love in our faults, it has not worked out. And so we have dissolved our bond. Yet as a clan, we will grow together.
Then I'm glad for you both, and for the rest of us. This place would not be the same without you two.
So yeah, Eivor, Sigurd and Randvi decided to split off, and who the hell are you? Billy? Oh hey, it is Billy. I'll talk to him in a second. Nah, screw it, might as well talk to him now. Why bother wait?
Really? Making yourself at home?
As best as I know how. It is good to be here, with you and your people. I feel my life has found a new road.
Good. And just so you know, we have all kinds of sticks nearby.
Haha.
Beech, pine, in case your bum starts itching from sitting too long.
How kind of you, Eivor. I will be sure to stir your soup with one
after
I have had a sound scratching.
Man, these two are friggin' awesome. They're just great. Okay, so... I just friggin' checked that dude like nothing, just boosh! Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, Sigurd and Randvi decided to part ways. As Sigurd said, they were brought together as an act of peace between clans. It wasn't a marriage built on love. They tried to find love, but it just wasn't there for them, so they split off. You can, if you wanted to wait and not be with Randvi during the main story, you can be with her now afterwards without Sigurd thinking that you're with her. I mentioned this in the last episode, there are 3 strikes with Sigurd. 3 out of 5. I think it's siding with him when he's making a choice with Hilgi and whoever the other person was. Like, we were up here with Sigurd, and he was trying to decide a debacle between the two people. He said that that one of the sailcloths was stolen, and he decided that, like, hey, you're gonna pay 30 times that sailcloth. And the other woman was like, I just want payment for 1. I don't need 30 times. She's like, no, 30. That's my final decision. And so we decided with him on that. The other decision is to leave your supplies in Norway when you sail to England. Not sleep with Randvi. Make sure Dad goes to Valhalla. And make sure that you're on Sigurd's side when he's trying to find the Saga Stone with Folke. If you do 3 out of those 5 things correctly, then he will come home. If you do 3 of those 5 things wrong, he'll want to stay at Yggdrasil. But we did 3 of the 5 things correct, and he came back home with us, which I'm happy about. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, I will explain everything in the game that I can. I'll explain the ending. I'll explain as much as I can. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps out. If you like my content, then make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to know when I'm uploading next. And if you know anyone that might enjoy this video, make sure to share it with them and tell them to subscribe. And yeah, just thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.